The junior varsity Cavaliers of Clover Hill meet up with the Trojans of Midlothian on the Midlothian home turf. Clover Hill receives, and Andrew Oliver returns the kick for about 30 yards. Joel Caleb would take the ball into Trojan territory as he blasted through an opening on the left-hand side of the line. It looked as if the Cavalier drive would be brought to an end when Olsen got sacked behind the line of scrimmage. But Clover Hill decided to fake the punt, and Andrew Oliver took the snap and picked up the first down yardage and more. Then Oliver makes the big catch to put the Cavaliers inside of Midlothian's 20. Connor Donnelly followed off the block of KB Payne to move the ball down to the 1-yard line, and Joel Caleb would drive it in for a Cavalier touchdown. The Cavs tacked on the extra point to go up by 7. The Trojan drive found only minimal success as the Clover Hill defense was getting great plays out of Chris Lowe, Thane Bruce, Adam Hunter, and Ryan Melton. Then Ethan Bound batted away the third and long pass, and the Cavaliers took over after the punt. The Cavaliers were stopped on their next set of downs, and Connor Donnelly punted away, and the stop on the return by special teams left the Trojans at their own 5-yard line. The Cavalier defense may have relaxed just a little too much, and the Midlothian run went for 95 yards and a touchdown. The Trojans would then kick the extra point, and the teams were tied up at 7 early in the second quarter. Olsen's pass was picked off by the Midlothian defender on the next series of downs. Clover Hill would be forced to look to its defense again, and they would not let down their teammates. Oliver and Dean Fournier making a quick stop on the run. Then Fournier is joined by KB Payne and Ryan Melton on the sack of the Midlothian quarterback. Clover Hill and Midlothian each got one more shot at putting points on the board before halftime, but the opposing defenses would win those downs and teams broke off for halftime, tied at 7, and the defense of both teams pretty much setting the tempo of the game. The Cavaliers put a quick end to the Midlothian return of the second half kickoff, Patrick Sagar in on the stop. The Trojans managed to drive downfield and into Clover Hill territory with several ground attacks and then a nice pass play, with Joe Dozier bringing down the receiver. But Midlothian's advance was again stopped by strong plays from the Cavalier defense. The Cavaliers would regain control of the ball, but continued to have problems controlling the ball. And the Trojans would snatch up a fumble and run it back downfield for a Midlothian touchdown. Andrew Oliver would deflect the extra point attempt, and the Trojans stayed at a 6-point advantage. The Trojans stopped Clover Hill on their next possession and would turn around and drive back into the end zone. The Midlothian offense stayed on the field to score on the 2-point conversion to follow that up. And now the Trojans were up by 14 with just over 5 minutes left in the game. The Cavaliers were not out of the game yet and quickly moved downfield with the runs of Joel Caleb. And then a quick pass over the middle to Oliver to keep the ball moving toward the goal line. Olsen then takes the keeper inside the 10-yard line, and it's 1st and goal for the Cavaliers. There would be a couple of attempts stopped by Midlothian's defense, but Dean Fournier puts it across the line and into the end zone for another Clover Hill touchdown. The extra point attempt was good, and Clover Hill trails by 1 touchdown. With only a couple of minutes on the board and 1 timeout left, the Cavs go for the onside kick, but the Trojans come up with the ball, and they run down the time on the clock to take the win 21-14 over the JV Cavaliers.